had a question from a student in this class on how to find the remainders that you need in sections 4.2, 4.3, and you're also going to need them in section 9.3. So here was the question that the student sent me. They're trying to divide the number 766 by 512. So I'm going to pull up my calculator on my computer, and I'm going to take 766, and I'm going to divide by 512. And I see that it goes in one time. The integer part is 1, and then I've got a decimal portion here. So what I'm going to do to find the remainder, again, remember that 1 because you're going to need that as you're working the problem. What I'm going to do is subtract the 1 from the number. And then I'm going to multiply by the number that I was dividing by, which in this case was 512. And so our remainder is 254. So let's do that one more time. Let's take a different example. Let's say that was 766. Let's say I was taking 1,536, and I was dividing by 512. Oh, I picked a perfect one. I don't want to do that. Let's try another one. Let's go 1893 and divide by, again, let's do the 512. So I get 3, and there's my decimal. So I'm going to subtract the 3 and then multiply the decimal portion times the number that I was dividing by, and that would give me the remainder. And in this case, the remainder would be 357. Another way to check it is to take, let's go back to the example the student sent me. Let's take the 766. This is an extra step. I don't like this way as much, but divide by whatever you want to divide by, 512, and you get 1. The other way to do it would be say, okay, so 1 times 512 gives me 512. So then take the number that you started with and subtract that product, and you'll get the remainder. But I like the other way better because you're going to need that remainder, especially when you're doing the change of base. You're going to continue to keep the remainder in the calculator to work through to the next step. So let's try it one more time. 766 divided by 512. I'll jot down the 1 because that's the integer part, but I'm going to subtract the 1 because I have to get the remainder, and then I'm going to multiply the decimal part of that number times the number I was dividing by, and there's my remainder of 254.